I always joked that my son was too smart to be mine. He was brilliant, so much so that I half-seriously said I should get a paternity test. Maybe that's why his mom, my wife, left when he was 12. She remarried a couple of years later, and eventually, so did I. Through it all, the one constant in my life was my son. I wanted to make sure his future was secure, so I set up a government-backed college fund for him. I told him he didn't have to use it if he didn't want to. Once he asked me what I'd do if he didn't. I shrugged and said I'd probably blow it all in Europe, drinking monk-brewed beer I'd read about. These monks who kept their monastery running by making and selling beer. We laughed about it. A few months ago, he got accepted into McGill University. It should have been one of the proudest moments of my life. But weeks later, a drunk driver ended all of that. He never made it there. I didn't think about the college fund again until after the funeral, when my ex came to me. She knew about the money. She asked if her new stepson could have it instead. I thought about it for a moment and then told her no. I reminded her of the promise I'd made, that if my son didn't use the money, I'd spend it drinking monk beer in Europe. She tore into me. Called me selfish. Said my son would have wanted to help his stepbrother. But I know my boy. He wouldn't have cared about the money. What mattered was the promise. So I ignored her, booked my flight, and went. The beer was everything I hoped it would be. Still, I couldn't shake the thought. It would have tasted so much better if my son had been there beside me.